their starters came back and upped the pressure. We didn't handle it really well. I think report, it wasn't anything like necessarily serious, just tightening and better to sit her down. So we'll have a little bit better report before we play Sunday, but I don't foresee anything long term with that. But she still hasn't seen the doctor yet, but she's going to be okay, I think. So fire away. I haven't talked to her. I mean, I haven't even seen her. So.
Is this the first time that there's been a concern or issue?
A concern? No, it's one of those things that, wasn't any of the symptoms a year ago, wasn't any of that, just uncomfortable more than anything. I don't have anything more than that. I literally haven't talked to her, haven't seen her. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other people stepped up. I think we got a good view tonight of why Alysha Clark was important to us. I probably get yelled at for going a couple minutes over her limit, but we needed that win. And in some ways, this win can really help us. The way the game was at the end, we haven't played in a game like that, where it's down to the last couple possessions. Or when we won some games and we got our butts handed to us a couple times too. So we haven't had a game that at the end of the game, we had to get a defensive stop. So that was a big last possession defensively.
We talked about Tiana pregame, and she got maybe more minutes than you were bargaining for with Elena sitting down. What did you see from her?
I mean, she stepped up and made some big shots early. Struggled more in the second half. They put a lot more pressure on her. She missed a couple wide open ones, but we executed the plays well. Ball didn't go in. She had to guard either Emma or Candace a fair amount, and I thought we did a good job. And Candace, the shots she made were incredibly tough shots, especially those first 3 or 4 that she made in the game. I mean, a turnaround, fading away with a hand in your face. You just say, hey, congrats, and, go back down to the other end. I thought we made them work for everything they got tonight, but they're good. I mean, that's why they're a champion. I mean, you saw they executed some good plays down the stretch. We fell asleep on one that Quigley got wide open for the 3. Thank God we dodged a bullet on the other one.
Is this what you've been waiting for Alysha? I mean, obviously, this is what you envisioned.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when you can play her a little bit longer. She feels, better every day. We'll see how she is tomorrow. But that's progress right there.
Seemed like you're kind of got off to another good start. Seemed like she kind of got the grit message.
Yeah, I think that's a very good observation. I would say that she got the grit message because she battled on defense. She battled on the boards. She had a couple big blocks. She got called for a foul on another great block on the other end. But she came ready to play.
What do you think of Lounge? How do you think it was just a good team finally hitting stride?
Yeah, I mean, our turnovers more than anything. We had a ton of turnovers. Our bench had 11 turnovers tonight, and that's not good enough. Emma and Candace overplayed people, and we threw the ball anyway, whether they were open or not. You can't throw those passes. Got to go somewhere else. And they picked us up full court, and they pressured us, and it took us out of a few things. We fought the shot clock a little bit, a couple possessions in the fourth quarter too. But the turnovers were killers because those were live ball turnovers again that turned in points for them going the other way. You get layups out of it.
With Alysha, I feel like a lot of people talk about like the little things that she does. What are some of those little things she did today that we can see?
Well, first of all, I mean, she spent most of the game guarding Vandersloot, and Vandersloot tries a lot to draw 2 defenders so she can get the assist pass. When you have somebody like Alysha guarding her, you don't have to help as much, so we could play her straight up. We held her to 6 points and 5 assists. And we had to work to do it, but Alysha, bothered her enough to make that hard on her. Little things we got some post ups for tonight. We got, she didn't even, she's really not in the mode of shooting threes, and she shot one tonight. That will come over the course of time where we can, make people pay for helping because she'll get wide open looks. But, defensively and post ups and scoring, I mean, that's a pretty efficient game that she had.
How do you feel like you defended that 3-point line tonight? The only thing with the three.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job. I mean, we made their post players who shoot threes, Emma and Candace, to have to work to try to get a good 3-point look. Candace made one with a hand in her face, and Quigley made a couple. But you hold somebody under 30%, you've done a good job.
And then kind of back to that group. What did the team show you body language wise, mental toughness wise that was in for their game?
They said every time there was a stoppage of play, hey, we got to get another stop. We got to get a stop. Problem is we were stopping ourselves on the offensive end too. So on Zoom.
Yeah, we'll go to Rafiq.
This is Ralph. We connected but that sports talk. Why don't you walk me through that play one more time? We were able to shut down Kansas Parker when she went for a game time layup, but she was not able to get the win off against you guys. How good is it to finally get a win against the defending teams?
I don't remember enough of it. I can't remember. It was just a great effort. I put Elizabeth Williams in at the end, veteran, a little bit more experience than Shakira for last place situation.
When you see those games winning free throws by Natasha Cloud, is it one of those things where you can say she's ready for the clutch moments?
I would hope so. I mean, she's, that's all of our players. We've always been a good free throw shooting team. And tonight was no different. She's been clutch, since she got here. She's worked at it a lot too.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck in the next game.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Coach. That looks like that is it.
All
Thank
right,
you very much
thank
for your
you.
time.
All right.
Thank you.
How 27 minutes? A lot of minutes. First time you've been that high. How's the foot feel, and how did you feel overall tonight?
Foot's a little sore, but it's the new norm. So, but it feels good. I felt good today. I finally felt like I took another step towards feeling normal, new normal, whatever that looks like. But yeah, I felt good. I felt like I was moving well. I felt confident being out there, so it was good.
What you got going during the stretch in the second quarter? Are you consciously trying to be aggressive, or is that just the game playing out like that?
Just the game playing out like that. I feel like me personally as a player, I'm always looking to be in attack mode. And I think when you're in that mind frame, it helps take away thinking about everything else too much. You're just playing and letting the game come to you. So, I was just playing how I normally play.
Assume at that time you guys probably knew that you were getting the lane up back. Did you guys talk much about that, or are you guys just so used to having people in and out of the lineup that it's just like, all right, here we go again?
Yeah, that's been the storyline for us, right? People in and out. And again, it's just whoever is playing, that's who we're focused on. We're not focused on who's in and who's out. You can't, because then you lose sight of what matters, and that's the game. We'll address all of that stuff later, and just whoever's out there is who we're rocking with.
Talked on it. You just have to play the game, but I know you and Elena got close and bonded during your coverage. Did anything go through your head when you found out that she was out and she might have come back? What was your mindset?
Obviously seeing her leave the floor, you pay attention to that stuff. But again, in the flow of the game, you can't worry about it because again, you lose sight of what matters, and that's being present for the game. And then, we'll talk and see, what's going on. Obviously I'll check on her and make sure she's good. But in the moment of the game, yeah, like when you see her leave, you're like, damn, hope she's okay. All right, we got to get this stopped.
Was there anything Chicago was doing defensively against you that allowed Good for them. Good.
I mean, I think they played it the same. You know, Kai was guarding me last game as well. But again, I think it was just more so I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable to be more involved, to move more, to do those types of things. And yeah, I mean, they're an aggressive pressure type of team. You know, their guards are athletic and just obviously I've been in this league 10 years now. So just knowing how to play against different defenses in that way and taking advantage is something that you just learn how to do.
Coach was just talking about, you know, the little things that you do every night, but including tonight, you know, regarding Courtney Vandersloot not needing help, you know, so she doesn't get to dish it off rather. For you, you know, after all you've been through with your foot, like, how much fun is it to be able to be out there and be able to shut down a player like that and, you know, do what you do?
I don't think I shut her down, but no, I mean, you know, it felt good. I mean, obviously Courtney is a phenomenal point guard. And she's no easy cover. So I knew I had my hands full tonight. And just my job is just to make everything tough for her. And it doesn't matter if it's her or any other player in this league. It's just like make their looks tough. Everyone in this league is too good to, you know, shut someone down or limit someone. So it's just make everything tough. And I felt good because I felt more like myself. I felt more confident to be able to, you know, get up and pressure a little bit more, be a little bit more aggressive. It's taken time to get to that, but I'm happy I was able to do that tonight.
Coach also mentioned how important it was for you guys to be able to kind of grit out a close game. So you haven't had done any of those. Like, what do you think about that and that ability to get that win with you stepping up, with Tosh stepping up with those free throws, and Ariel stepping up?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're the defending champions, you know, and they have a lot of the people added some great pieces. So until, you know, they're dethroned, they're the ones that you have to be ready to step up and compete against every night. And, you know, we need games like this early on to test and see where we are as a team, as a collective group. And I'm just proud of the way that everybody stepped up with confidence tonight. And, you know, nobody was afraid. Everybody was ready to take the big shot. Everybody was ready to make the big play. And even in moments where we had a few turnovers that led to their offense, we didn't panic. Everybody stayed together, and these are the types of wins you want to get early on, so you can see where you're at, and kind of use that to pace you for the rest of the season.
You know, sometimes in this game you have the smaller card on you. Your eyes get big, and everyone knows you used to post up a lot more in college.
Yeah.
A lot of points today came on post ups. Just what was that feeling like?
I hope people don't take this the wrong way. I don't even know if I want to say it. No, but for me, like when I have a guard on me, period, I always feel like I have the advantage because I was a post player in my previous life. And there's just different nuances as a post player, understanding angles and footwork and those types of things that, you know, a guard who happens to be tall and post doesn't understand. And so, you know, I always feel like I always have that advantage.
Yesterday, Alysha, we were talking about mental toughness, not panicking. You have a close game like this. What does that say about the Mystics?
I mean, again, just the grit that we have, you know, the poise that we had down the stretch to be able to make plays, the poise for Tosh to step up and knock down those free throws, the poise for Ariel to come off a screen and not turn the ball over and find an open Shakira under the basket, and her going up and getting to the free throw line. Like those are big plays. Those are winning plays. And like I said, everybody was ready to make them. So I think it's going to give us confidence moving forward. You know, again, a game like this against the defending champs, when it comes down to the wire, making winning plays, that's what you want to do when you come out with a dub.
You kind of touched on the Shakira. Just what have you seen from her in her rookie season when she has those games like this?
Yeah. You know, it's hard to come into this league and play like you're playing against the best players in the world. And so it's going to be an up and down season, regardless if you're, you know, a 23-year-old rookie or a 30-year-old rookie. It's just, that's the level of play in this league. That's why it's the best league in the world. So, you know, she's been getting better every game. She's very, you know, she pays attention in practice. She's getting in film. She's working on her shot. She's doing the little things to give us confidence and give her confidence as well. When she's put in these moments, she'll be ready for them. And that, you know, going down the stretch, that's what you want. All right. Oh, where's Zoom? Yep, just kidding. Just kidding.
My bad. We'll take just a couple questions from Zoom.
Okay.
We'll start with Rafiq.
This is Rafi with nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on the win, Alysha Clark.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, you managed to drop 18 points on 7 to 9 shooting. As far as the field goal aspect, what does this do for your confidence as a player going forward in the season?
I mean, it's just nice to finally hit, feel like I'm hitting shots. That's part of the rhythm, just getting that back. But I pride myself on being a productive and efficient player. So so, it gives me confidence to just, that I'm getting those steps back to finding my rhythm.
And earlier this season, Natasha talked about being a clutch shooter, being a clutch player. Tonight, she actually became a clutch shooter at the free throw line. What does that say about the type of player she could be as a clutch player for your team?
I mean, Tosh has such a high ceiling of potential that she hasn't even tapped into yet. And I think, for her work ethic and her competitive fire is something that, those are intangibles you can't teach. And so I think the more she continues to work, I mean, she's only going to continue to get better. And, obviously she knows shooting is something she wants to be really great at, and she's putting in the work for that. So I think eventually the tide is going to turn and you're going to see the work that she's been putting in. And, we're all rocking with her. We see it and we know. So she's only going to get better from here.
Appreciate you saying good luck in the next game.
Thank you.
Last question to Christos.
Christos, you're becoming my favorite.
Hey, Alysha, congratulations on the win, first of all.
Thank you.
From games like this, what did you learn and how good this team can be from your perspective?
I think we can be really good. Again, it's the intangibles, right? Like the grit, the toughness, the confidence in everyone. And I think, the more we continue to play together and get chemistry, I think, the sky's the limit for this team. We know the pieces that we have. We know the personnel and character of each player on this team. And I think as we continue to go throughout this season, we want to be clicking at the right time. We don't want to peak right now. And so I think, for us, just staying focused on, the day-to-day and understanding that it's a process, it's a journey, and not losing sight of those day-to-days, because at the end of this, when you focus on those things, when it comes down to it at the end of the season, we're going to put ourselves in a really good position if we can keep our focus on the now and here and not looking too far down the road.
And also, the way that you won tonight, is it kind of a statement for you about the way that you handle the adversity and the pressure during the game?
For sure. Again, they're the defending champs, and, you have to have games like this to know how to win. And the only way you can know how to win is being put in situations in games where you have to make winning plays. And we made winning plays down the stretch to win this. So I'm proud of us. I'm proud of our fight. I'm proud of the confidence everyone had to step up in those moments. And I'm just proud we got the dub tonight.
Thank you very much. Keep
Thank
up.
you.
All right, Alysha, thank you so much.
Shut up.
Did you look at the box score yet? Okay, me either. Let me see. That's better. Our temps are high. Yeah. Still took. No, better.
But for either of y'all,
You got it, Josh.
Elena goes down, is there even a conversation that needs to be held? Or you guys just so used to people being in and out of the lineup that you just keep rolling?
I think that we're so used to people being in and out of our lineups, but obviously the concern about Elena is not even about basketball. It's just about our teammate and someone that we consider our family. So she's fine. We'll learn more about her. She has some time to rest and just get back. But we still have everything that we need on this team. I think we had a little gut check after coming back from Chicago. We came in, we had real film on our shortcomings and where we need to get better on. And everyone was coachable in that moment. And I think that's that environment, that culture that you can check each other and critique each other and move forward and have a response like this and step up to the challenge today. That's the championship team. And we're still working. We're still going to continue to get better, even though, this was a close game tonight. There's still room for us to improve at the end there and take care of the ball. Don't have empty possessions, get stops, understanding the scout and people's strengths and weaknesses. So This is a huge win for us tonight. We're going to take it. This is the start of our new season, our next 12 games, and we're 1-0 right now.
What's the conversation amongst yourselves in that fourth quarter? They're chipping away, but you guys find a way to answer.
Can you ask that again?
What were we talking about in the fourth quarter when they
Yeah,
went
what
on
was
their
the
run?
conversation just down the stretch in that fourth quarter? They're chipping away, but
Yeah.
you guys didn't roll over.
Not to lose our minds, to stay focused on the main goal, and that was to win the game. Basketball is a game of ebb and flows. We would have liked to not have that happen, but it did, and we put ourselves in that situation. So it was a matter of how we would respond versus focusing on what just happened.
Heroes play and what you see from her tonight, the last couple of games, her growth.
I think Shakira found her confidence again tonight. It's hard as a rookie. We're asking her to come in, we're asking her to start, we're asking her to play the best players, some of the best players in the league every single night. That 5 position is one of the hardest positions in this league. And so going through a rookie season, there's going to be ebbs, there's going to be flows, but I'm proud of her because she knew what she needed to do to get her confidence back. She watched a lot of college film of herself for this last year and just reminded herself that she's her. Like she is that girl. And so if we can get her to be in that mentality every single night from start to finish, we're going to be a much better team. But Shakira is going to continue to grow. You heard AC talking about not even scraping the ceiling yet. Shakira is not even like good yet. And that's the scary thing. Like she has the potential to be one of the best players in this league, one of the best 5s to ever come through this league. And she's hungry and she's confident. So we're going to continue to push her. We're going to continue to challenge her, but she's up for that challenge. Thank you.
Back to Elena, kind of the same vein of what you were saying, but this happened before where she was in the game, something happened, she had to. What was going through your mind, knowing the process that she's been on the past couple of years, and knowing you're going blind of what potentially could happen? What was going through your mind?
I don't know about you, but I knew for me, we're gonna check on her at halftime, but we have to be present and be where our feet are. We have a game that we need to win, and at that point, we're gonna hold it down for our teammate, regardless of what the outcome is, regardless of how she is feeling. We got to hold it down for her. And again, we have everything that we need in our locker room, regardless of who can play each night or who can't. We still have weapons and everybody can eat on this team. So I think our mentality was, okay, yeah, we're concerned, but we got to lock in here. We got to be that much better. Everyone has to take another step up, another level up, because we are missing one of our best players.
And I know the clock now reset 0, but coming in, you guys had everybody, coaches had included for this game. What was it like having the whole group together for the first time in a long time?
That's always good and great and fun. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I wish it could happen all the time.
We love it here.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we do understand the career path that we chose. We do understand the situation we're in with the pandemic, non-pandemic, I don't know what they're calling it anymore. So we do understand the situation that we're in. And at the end of the day, who's ever there that day is who we're rocking with. And that's what we just got to do. And it's a family atmosphere. So we're going to hold our people down.
That session where you caught the free throws at the end, what did you see?
Yeah, clutch.
Decision making in that possession.
Just understanding the time that we had. We were tied. The ball needs to be in my hands at the end of the game because I'm either going to get myself to the basket or I'm going to find an open teammate. And I think they did a good job of pressuring me, trying to keep the ball in my hands for a lot of that fourth quarter down the stretch. And I think that's why we had so many empty possessions. So for me, it was just the ball's got to be in my hand and I got to make a play, whether it's for me or for another one of my teammates. But just being confident in myself as well. My teammates give me the confidence, even though my shots really been off the last few games. They're just continuing to give me the confidence and that they trust in me. I got to keep shooting and I'm putting in the work, and eventually that work is going to pay off and show off, and just trying to stay consistent through it.
The other thing that jumped out to me on the box score is you guys allowed only 32 paint points, and it was 50 the other day. What was the difference in that, do you think?
Us paying attention to what is going on in the game. I know it sounds so simple,
but our intention to lock in on the game plan has to have the same level of focus every night. And the nights that we aren't focused and locked in on the game plan, it never turns out in our favor. So I just think our ability to focus, because if we're all on the same page, our life is a lot different at the end of the game.
And our communication.
Yeah.
And that ties into focusing and knowing exactly what to call, but also just trusting each other, especially on the defensive end. You know, we're figuring out our offense still, especially with people in and out of our lineup, but our defense should be the toughest defense to play against every single night because that's who we have on this team. We have really great defenders. So communication is a huge piece of that, and allowing our defense to bring our offense to make our lives a little bit easier.
Both of you guys talk about what Alysha brings to the team, not just what we see in the box score, but those little things. I don't know what
So
to talk
sorry.
about there.
Yeah. AC is phenomenal. Her IQ, the way that she prepares, approaches for a game, it makes all of us better. Obviously, Alysha is known for her defense first, but I think you're starting to see her kind of get her offensive rhythm, which is amazing, especially coming off of COVID. But AC is really like an anchor for us in a lot of different ways. Whether, you know, we're on a run or the other team's making the run, she comes in to our huddle. She gives us, you know, poise and what we need at that moment. And then on the defensive end, really just starts our intensity, especially with her guarding Sloot tonight. Like if she's up pressuring the ball and making Sloot's life really hard, then we got to be able to do the same thing behind her.
You got to say
I know, y'all know I was about to cuss. That's a good save.
Yeah.
But AC is a huge piece of our team, and we're glad to just see her getting in her rhythm again.
Yeah, I'm just really thankful that she decided to come here. Granted, she's a great basketball player, and Tosh spoke to that, but she's a good human too. And those are the type of people that we want in our locker room. She makes us cupcakes for our birthdays.
She makes us cupcakes. Make her a bomb.
Yeah, AC's great. She's good people. And so for me, that's just as important as her ability to help us on the floor. She's a vet in this league. And so her ability to not only understand the game herself, but her ability to relay it to others as well, no matter their level of understanding, is great.
We love you, AC.
All right, y'all. We'll head to Zoom for just a few questions. We'll start with Rafiq.
This is Ralphie with nothing but that sports talk. First question is for Ariel Atkins. After 3 tries, the team finally got a victory against the Chicago Sky as a defending champion. What was that feelings like for you?
Yeah, it feels good because they're a great basketball team. They're a hard team to play against. They know each other very well. They know what they want to do. They know how to execute. So it felt really good because it was a gut check for us. Just coming off the loss that we did and the way that we played there, it was time for us to protect our home floor.
And question for you, Natasha Cloud. You hit the game-winning free throws to clarify the win, but usually before guarding Kansas Parker. Is Clutch Cloud in full effect? Referring to you being clutch in the WNBA.
Okay. My job is to do what I can every single night, but I've really focused on free throws because at the end of the game, again, the ball has to be in my hands. And that's an emphasis for me coming into this season, was fixing my free throw, fixing my shot. While I might not be knocking down some shots on the outside, I'm going to knock down my free throws. They're free. I got to make them.
Appreciate the insight and good luck.
Thank you.
And we'll take the last question from Christos.
Hey, ladies, congratulations on the win. Ariel, question for you. Are wins like this able to raise the confidence level of the team overall?
I would say yes. As Tosh alluded to earlier, we kind of got a gut check coming in after that game and watching the film and seeing how unorganized and just kind of the lack of intention that we had. Coach said it a little bit. We lost our grit a little bit. And so for us to come in here and find it after 1 or 2 days of kind of recuperating, it definitely gives me confidence and it gives me the ability to trust my teammates more. And I hope they feel the same.
And for you, Tash, is the Mystics this season a championship caliber team, and wins like this proving that you are a championship caliber team?
Yeah, I think AC touched on it too. We're still figuring things out, but I've said it multiple times, everything that we have in our locker room, that's a championship team. It's just about figuring it out, doing all the little things and being able to be consistent every single night. And that's where we kind of are right now. Again, we had a gut check, and I think it just put us back on the path that we need to be. And now it's our job as teammates to hold each other accountable every single day and make sure that we're coming in, we're doing what we need to do, we're acting professional, we're prepared for games, we know the scout, and we execute. And we finish out games. But yes, we have a championship team here in DC.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, all set. Thank you.
Yep. Thank y'all.